Hey there everyone, this is Valcal playing some more World Freedom, and today we are, I think, going to the last world. Maybe it's kind of hard to say. Well, we're here though, like we're right near the castle, but there is a star here. So, last world with a star there, but I've been told that we're like halfway through the content, which I find kind of hard to believe. Eastern entry. Entering the eastern, you can tell it's eastern because there's a pumpkin up there and there's like trees and giant thing. Okay, so vegetation is a theme here, or at least a theme that I'm pretending that there is here, even though we're getting a feather here, even though typically power-ups stay the same regardless of otherwise gimmick. Especially if they're a gimmick that I pretended there was and was never actually mentioned, because I mean the name here just said that the Eastern little goofy looking pumpkins. I forgot about them, so I think it's kind of neat how we... Whoa, evil fire flower! Oh no! I think it's pretty neat how... I think I was a bit hasty in condemning some of the past unexploiting of the gimmicks, considering we seem to be revisiting some of the custom enemies we have seen throughout the game, in later periods. Although I still think that the chosen method is not ideal. It's nice to have some of these elements given an extra... I forgot. Flying Spinies, that's impossible, sorry, I refuse to acknowledge it. Gerbils, you know, if it was a flying gerbil, I'd be like, sure. A little bit hard to believe, but, you know, I'm willing to kind of fudge my sense of logic a little bit, but not for everything. All has limits. We're now in the cave, we're in the Eastern Cave, the Eastern Cave, because you know how popular American football is in Eastern countries. They're like, probably even more popular than here, you know, when they got their like sacred, like super high capacity baseball games. It's really because they really want to play transcontinental frigid ball, but they can't because, well, basically that doesn't exist as a concept and kind of gets in the way. So can I get up there using the magical ability I have of jumping into holes? Because that'd be nice. Yeah! Ah! Man, I know there's something up there, but it won't let me... Wait, with using Yoshi, I can run on these and get the amount of flight that I need to get up here and see if there's anything worthwhile up here, which doesn't seem to be the case. This is a lot of work to get for a few coins and a Buzzy Beetle, and so thus Yoshi is punished for his act of anti-bravery. Whoa! Charlie's all over the place! That is impossible! They do not exist. They are like trolls living under a bridge. You don't live there. Wait. Wah! I don't know how that happened. All that folly and craziness. Very unpredictable. Very unlike men to construct. Where are we other than Crazy Bridgetown Land? Crazy Bridgetown Land, it's a crazy place. There's angry sausages all over the place. No, you know it's a pretty special place when it has a theme song. Now I'm wondering if one of these has, like, some kind of, like, foosball table or something I could borrow. That's what I thought, my marvelous adventures of Gutex and other. Okay, so, I can fly up here for some reason. Get a free life. Well, the important part is what... No! That's not what I... Why did you go down? Why'd you go down, Mario? Why must you hate all which man has constructed for good? Why must you be who you are, and not whom society wants you to be? I know it sounds pretty depressing said like that, but, you know, there's a point to it. But we're on the other side there, so... Whoa. You guys. Although, it seems pretty obvious that there's something underneath. Perhaps a little Yoshi sacrifice is in order. Yeah, although even then, I'm not so sure. Bothersome, bothersome, bothersome. You are an adjective, and I know the meaning of your word. Wow, really? 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 This? Really? Really? This? Really? This? Really? pipe down here. So ostensibly you could farm for infinite life this way if you really wanted to. Alright, time to do a better job seeing if there's anything worthwhile up here other than more coins. Always a good time, I suppose. I like... Wait, there's a roof. Wait, stop making this harder than it has to. Well, you get a lot of lives, I suppose. Is there anything at all to gain there through flight? Doesn't look like it. So my under the goal theory is starting to ring ever truer. Don't have a Yoshi though, that kinda put a pimple in my plan. A little bit. I can try and fly there, I suppose. It's better than nothing. Because, yeah, otherwise I don't... Wait, no. Wait, no. No, I don't think so. Huh. Yeah, you don't really have place to fly here. Can I return here? You guys turn around, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. Yeah... It's not gonna work. Where am I? Okay. Okay, so, plan Yoshi jump under the goal is go! What does it give me? It gives me a key and it gives me a thing. So, yeah, that was it. I don't know if there was another trick meant to it, but that was it. And we go to Mammal Marina. Oh, mammal! As in a warm-blooded, like, animal that makes milk and doesn't lay eggs and whatnot. Let's pretend it's not something else I may have misread. So yeah, dolphins are mammals, although I tend to call them tunas these days for some reason. A porcupine fish, though, is a fish. It's cold warmed. It's also kind of tepid, lukewarm too. So you gotta watch out. No, but seriously, pufferfish is a fish. It says so right in the name. It's not a puffer otter, or, you know, a puffer cow, or panic, very lukewarm panic, and forget that that's an enemy, and think it's you know, because it's moving vertically, of course it's another dolphin. When I talk, it's like impossible to be visually confused in that way, and yet here we are. Lots of slowdowns in the past few videos, is there not? Is there not the sudden increase in slowdown in this here game? Is the game not meant to have so many sprites into it even in this late game? I don't know if it's end game though, but like I said, we're approaching the Castle del Bowser, a very, very delicious brand of soup, surprisingly enough. But then again, you have to wonder, you know, how did Bowser build his empire? Think about it. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised that it all came from basically his soup empire. It's not really well known, like on a domestic level. It's mostly sort of soup that gets used as a base in restaurants and whatnot, which is why we don't really like. It's not really part of the popular vernacular of quote-unquote normal people. But it's well known in the proper circles, and, you know, they found their niche, and it led the Koopa family to an excessive, I'd say excessive is the right amount of word here, an excessive amount of posterity, which kind of, I think, led to their rather somewhat insane amount of, hey, what's this pipe about? Insane amount of self-worth. Well, I guess I can go back to the first half. This is getting needlessly confusing. But yeah, I just like caught wind of that pipe, and I was like, hey, I gotta check out that pipe. But it's Surse Stroll. I don't know what's a Surse. Oh, that's what it is. No, but I'm pretty sure that as soon as I say, Surse isn't a word, what crazy nonsense, someone in the comments is gonna be like, oh cow, do you not have the vocabulary of a 4-year-old? A Surse is a, well, insert definition here. But, so I'll take your words for it. Don't have much choice. This is a domain in which most of my readers have the advantage, and I consider the authority. So, this is a bomb. And see, like, I consider myself the authority in pointing out bombs. But, on the other hand, you guys can be the authority on pointing out words that I think are made up but are not. One may be seen more viable as part of society than another, but there is no skill that is purely useless. Sometimes you just gotta be creative about it. Like, not all skills will lead you to fame and fortune, but most of them will at least lead to a few laughs. That's a dangerous dragon coin to get. I tried to get it there because I was like, well, it's a dragon coin, gotta try and get it. That one's dangerous. That's allegedly dangerous. What up with all the... learning. The one thing from which I am completely impermeable to. Yeah, there's like nothing in anything here. I was small all day long, small and all alone. And also tiny. And also like half the size of a regular person. Although apparently really it's not that small Mario is small, it's that big Mario is big. It's that sounds like a non-statement, I'm sure, to a lot of people, depending on how you look at it. But if you pay attention to each word, it kind of makes sense. If you want. Kind of want a power-up. Did I mention this before here, or like in footage that did not edit out? That it seems that in general, Japanese hacks make levels that are a lot harder than what is made in English-speaking communities. However, the Japanese hackers, like in the VIPs and whatnot, will just shower you with power-ups all the way to the garden and back. On the other hand, Western games tend to be a bit not as hard in terms of sheer, like, what it demands from the player. Except the levels will be, on average, a lot longer, and there is a lot less power-ups. I don't know how or why that happens, but it kind of does, and it's kind of funny, and I think it's kind of, like, I don't want to brag, but I think it's kind of cool. I just kind of ran under the bombs there. I look pretty, yes. Yes. I think I'm gonna stop in that particular direction of conversation, and instead try and find some humbleness alone here before I start to say things I'm gonna regret. This is raocow playing a video game, and join me next time when video games keep getting played, whether they want to or not. See you guys.